I would just like to talk about a video that was made on February that said depression is all in your head. I guess I probably guess that no one cares what I think or even knows who I am or whatever. But I feel like it's for me because I do have depression. I do suffer from depression, if that's the right word for it. Um, I know people probably don't care what I think or what anything, but I think it's for me. It feels better to talk about it, and I don't like talking about it like to actual people, so I just talked about it by myself, and but I still am kinda. So this girl made a YouTube video about how depression is all in your head. I don't think people. I guess I'm guessing people don't care about it anymore and whatever. But I just still want to talk about it. Um, she said that you are the one. You have 90% of control in your depression. Like you yourself can change depression and like fix yourself from being no longer depressed, which I think is total bull. Um, she was saying that like some of the things that can make you depressed, you can like fix, like something about like if there's someone you don't like, or if there's something that you like your job or whatever that you don't like, and but you can easily just change that and um, go somewhere else. Maybe you won't be depressed as much. I think that in those circumstances, if your job or if someone you don't like is not so positive towards you, that you could make a difference. I do think that could happen. I'm not 100%, but I just think that not all people who have depression is just like little things, and you can't just change them. Um, I was depressed, or still am. I am to have depression, and the main reasoning for my depression was my school. Um, I wasn't really doing well in my grades, and then I knew that my parents would be all pissed, and then I was always so scared, like, oh my gosh, they're gonna get so mad at me. Like I get stressed out about it, and then they just like talk to me about it, and they just talk to me about it in like a really strict way, which I think is good. I mean, parents should do that, but to me, I think that they went a little too far. Um, like let's say, like example, I got a bad grade on a test, and my mom wanted me to retake the test, and I said yes, I will retake the test because I also agree. But she kept like, you need to take the test. You need to take the test again. And I'm like, I know. So when she kept saying it, it got me really annoyed and made me believe I'm not doing the test. I don't care. I just it like she made me not want to do the test. Or obviously I don't want to do it, but not think that I should do the test because I did think I should retake the test. So uh there was that the point was during that time after all that was over I was in my dad's room and I was just really sad or more mad than sad but kind of both and I said to myself like I hate my life, I want to run away, I want to kill myself and stuff like that. um and I was my dad at that time was actually really nice about it and uh, understanding about it, like why I was so mad when my mom said that stuff. And after that, I went into our garage and I was trying to look for a rope to hang myself with. So I did have a suicidal thought, and if you call that an attempt, then I guess you can call that an attempt. I don't really know. And luckily, I didn't find one. So then I went back in and I calmed myself down. So that was back then. That was and that was probably like 9 months ago, maybe. Um, but back then, that was my main source of depression. And like, she said, like, you can change it. Yeah, like, if it, like, that specifically, you can change that. You can retake the test and get a better grade and stuff like that. Yeah, I believe you can change that. But she thinks that you can change anything that you're depressed about, and that's not true at all. Um, my dad had prostate cancer, and he passed away in January of 2018. And obviously, I wasn't taking it well, which made me even more depressed. And like when she said that you can change it, you really can't. Cause like I was depressed because of my dad passed away, and I'm like, oh well, I know, I'll just bring him back. That's not how it works. You can't. And like I will always, of course, I'm gonna be sad about that, and of course I just think that her reasonings on how you can change it is ridiculous. Cause I'm guessing a lot of people who do have depression are like their personal things. Maybe they lost a loved one, or their family isn't so nice to them and stuff like that. Like, I was depressed, but like it got really bad after my dad died, and I was just really missing him, and I just wanted to be with him. So I guess that was also one of the reasons I had suicidal thoughts about. So that really changed the way I feel about depression. It made it worse, and you can't change that. Like, I haven't completely accept that his passing. I'm still sad about it, and I still have depression about it. But I can't just ignore it and be happy now. That's past. I'm happy now. And I just think that's the stupidest thing. So after he passed, I had a really hard time with depression. I um I had a really bad suicidal attempt, which I'm not really going to talk about right now, but anyways, I had a really bad suicidal attempt, and I have a therapist at my school who works on grief with me and my brother, and she also knows about my depression, and I told her that I tried to commit suicide, and she thought I was really brave to tell her that I did that, and like to share. So like I want to change. Like um yeah, I want to change. I don't want to be depressed anymore. I don't want to have to kill myself. But really, you can't just instantly snap your fingers and that's gone. You can't. Because there are many, 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 many reasons for depression. And you can't just forget about it. You can't. Um, so after that, my mom had to put me in a inpatient hospitalization for suicide, and at first I thought it was good for me because of course I don't want to feel this way and all this stuff. I don't like that. Don't like the way I'm feeling, and I stayed there for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and that really helped me like I wasn't completely over it, but like there were a lot of things that made me, I guess, happier about what I was uh, what I was going for, and like made me more like if I ever get depressed, I can do certain skills or like a coping plan so that I can get rid of those thoughts. Because once you have those thoughts, it could turn into anything. It could turn into suicide. It could turn into like you're running away from home. All this shit. And so after that, I felt pretty good. I was less depressed. Um, I didn't have that much depressing episodes. And then I was told that I have to go into an outpatient hospital care, which is like the same thing as inpatient, but like you go home, like you don't have to sleep over or whatever. And at first, I didn't like that because I thought that I was completely fine, that the inpatient helped me and I don't need any more help. I was really wrong about that, but now I know that. But at the time, I was like, why do I have to go to this thing? I don't really want to. And I hadn't had an episode in a while. And when I say episode, I mean like I'm just like wherever I am in the moment, I just break down crying, and that's what I call an episode, because that does happen. Um, I haven't had it in a long time after I got back from the inpatient. But there was one time that we were at a restaurant, and I had an episode, which technically is we were sitting and I just started crying, and it was the first one since the outpatient. I mean the inpatient, and it was awful. I had another thought of suicide, which is what they were trying to get me away from. Um, yeah, so that happened, and then I got back to the inpatient, and I finished. I actually, I thought it was good. I thought that it helped a little bit, and I thought it was good for me. And then, uh, yeah, so that was kind of my whole suicide story about the whole depression. And yes, I do still have depression, but it's not as bad. It's really hard to just get rid of depression easily. Like, I think that something that she said was that like the medicine that you can take has dopamine, which makes you happier. And I think she thought that's like enough for you to to no longer be depressed. And I feel like the dopamine, it's not gonna just go like you don't have depression anymore. It makes me happier, and I do take some antidepressant drugs, and it's not supposed to be like you're cured or whatever. It's just supposed to make you happy, so you have less depressing moments. And it actually surprisingly works. Uh, I used to only take maybe like 5. It doesn't matter. I took some of the medicine and it was too little of a dosage, so it wasn't really working. It turns out they messed up the stuff, and then so I was still having depressing moments because I never actually got the right kind of medicine. But now, since I do, I feel a lot better about depression. Yes, I still have it, but it's very, very rare, and that's a good thing. I think, yeah, and then again, the whole thing with my dad, that you can't change. The, you're never going to be able to change depression. You can't. It's not. Yes, you can make depression better, but you can't just erase it. You can't. You're always going to have some kind of depression. At least that's what I believe. And I do think that it will get good enough where you only have maybe like some depressing thoughts, maybe like once every 2 years. I don't know, but I feel like that depression will always stay with me. But I think that what she said was total bullshit, and thinking that it could just disappear, which it can't. And she was giving tips to how to cure depression, and there was only one thing that I was 100% agreeing, but like a little part of me was like, okay, that might help, and I'd tried that before. They were like, if you ever have a depressing moment, you should try to think of good things that are like either coming up in your life or just good things in general, like things that can make you laugh. Maybe you can, like what I do is I watch a funny TV show to get my mind off all the depressing stuff. And yeah, so that's all about my depression. Again, I doubt people care, but I don't care. I just want to talk about it. Um, so I just want people to know that depression isn't like a cold. It's not going to go away. And I just think that it will get better. I do believe that. But it's going to be a roller coaster. It's not going to be easy. Um, uh, Thank you for watching, if you even did watch. I'm sorry this is probably sad about it, but, you know, I don't care. So, thank you.